Good evening, my friends. Welcome back for another live chat session, building up towards Metal for Africa 2022. That's happening on the 3rd of September, just around the corner, only 2 weeks from now. And that's happening in Cape Town and in Johannesburg on the same date. And the whole point of that is to just celebrate our national metal scene in a way that we've never done before. Although when we were during COVID, we were doing the online festivals, and that's where we actually got to meet a lot of you who, previously you just weren't in our sphere, so to speak. But now you are, and we're going to be very happy to be joining you up in Joburg on the 3rd. But what we've got tonight in our chat is actually one of your bands coming down to play in Cape Town. So I would like to introduce Mr. Mathew Swanepoel from Sunken State. How are you doing, my brother? Sorry, I think we had an audio issue there. Just greet us again.
Cool. Hello.
Hey,
hello,
we're
hello.
live.
How's it going?
Great, man. Lovely to have you on board here.
Cool. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, what a pleasure. And what a pleasure it's going to be when we actually have you in the flesh in just 2 weeks' time.
I am so ridiculously excited. I cannot wait. We're driving down, and I'm even excited for the drive just because I know what's at the end of it.
But it's a long drive, eh? Have you guys done a trip like that before?
No, so I don't even think in my life, not even like besides band stuff even, I have never done a trip like that in my life.
Oh, wow.
So we have the Vito.
Yeah.
So we're all kind of going to cuddle in the Vito.
That's cool.
And hopefully it's going to be lit. The Vito doesn't have aux, and it also doesn't have Bluetooth. So I have all of Lamb of God CDs, and we're just going to probably loop them on the way.
There we go, man. That's the spirit. And what are you going to do? A straight through the night drive, or are you going to do a stopover somewhere in between? What's your travel plan?
We have all kind of managed to get off our day jobs and stuff on the Friday. And we are planning on leaving super early on Friday morning, probably at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. So we will arrive safely in Cape Town, like later in the evening. And the reason we kind of wanted to do that was, because originally we were going to be flying and stuff, but I kind of wanted just to have some time in Cape Town, even if we get there, we wake up, we have that day to organize everything and just be there and be in the moment. It's quite important for us. So,
and I suppose you don't want to have to, after like a 14-hour or I don't know how many hours it is. It's a lot. Like I haven't done that trip in a while myself. But you don't want to, after like that many hours cooped up in a vehicle, have to climb out and go straight onto stage.
So that is definitely a benefit, having because we should be arriving at like 9 o'clock at night or something. So we all have like a solid night's sleep as well.
Oh,
so that's going to be great.
Whatever's good for you is good for the fans too.
100%. And also we can bring everything that we want to bring. Because obviously flying, we are slightly limited.
Gear-wise.
And so we can bring all our gear. We're bringing our full merch box.
Nice.
And all of that stuff.
Yeah,
so
we hope it goes home empty, hey? That merch box. Cape Town? So Cape Town, we're talking to you here.
This is the time. This is the time for you guys to save. You don't have that much time to save. It's soon. But just borrow money from the bank and come buy merch.
Well, like whenever it's Metal for Africa, my bank manager sort of raises an eyebrow. Like, it's one of those, like it's cyclic, prior to lockdown, it was every 6 months for a good 14 years. And like my bank account would kind of like rise up. And then like a couple of weeks before M4A, when all the expenses start coming, like whoop. That's actually when I learned that my bank was on top of things, because they would see these big transactions going off, and they'd actually phone and say, what's going on? Like,
I don't think my bank is on top of things. I hope they don't come across this video. No, they don't seem to be.
We're not going to mention names.
Good.
Cool, man. So look, this is your guys' first trip to Cape Town, which I'm personally very excited for. Obviously, you're very excited for it. But how are we going to get our Cape Town people excited for it? I want to hear from you. Like, tell us a bit about what Sunken State brings to the table that like we should get ourselves worked up about.
So
No
like,
pressure.
no, it's okay. And I don't like, I don't want to toot my own horn,
Uh-huh.
but I'll do my best to do it in between.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like our kind of, live performance is a huge deal for us, and so we practice. We put a lot of time into
Uh-huh.
rehearsing, and like I you know we practice kind of like 3 times a week kind of thing. Um, and so we kind of pride ourselves for our live performances. We try to
Yeah.
put the best show possible on not only playing as tight as we can, but we try to really put something as professional as possible
Oh, yeah.
together. So like kind of watching our shows, hopefully what you would experience is like it's full of like backing tracks and interludes, and we have a lot
Excellent.
of movement in the show, and we try and make it like, as like memorable as possible, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah,
just
of
we
course.
just really want to we really want to like I've seen so many amazing bands, and or every like element that I see from these bands that I like from their live performance, I've tried to like take everything, or we've tried to take
Yeah, yeah,
everything and
yeah.
just try to put on as best of a live performance as
But that's
possible.
cool,
So,
dude. Like,
yeah,
I've often told people in conversations, like just speaking for myself, like when I watch live music, whether it's local bands or whether it's something international, whatever, I never watch a concert that I don't learn something from. Like,
yes,
never. Every single band I watch, like, I'm a sponge. I'm not absorbing the information about what are these guys doing that like we
yeah,
haven't thought of yet that we should be thinking of to like do better to like be a better performing band. So it
yeah.
sounds like you bitten by that same bug.
100%. And it's even like these tiny little things,
Uh-huh.
like a big thing for me was, and we've also like learned a lot from our own mistakes from or
Yeah.
not mistakes, just things that I think that we would suit better, like watching our show, you won't really there won't be any silence ever,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably like 5 seconds where there's nothing coming out of those speakers, basically. So we try like that 40-45 minutes that we play, it's like it's there's something that's happening the whole time. And
Nice.
it was actually quite challenging to get that going, because obviously like metal, it is a very intense
Yeah.
genre, and having like 45 minutes of like chaos in your face the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good chaos, but I mean, it gets a lot. So a big part of like the way we use backing tracks and interludes and
Mm.
all of the stuff
Mm.
in between the songs is to give like like build up and release. Like there will be
Mm.
parts where
Mm.
it's literally just like orchestral sections and
Yeah.
stuff that are super like airy, and yeah, and we try to like hopefully with like all the lights and stuff we can get a really good vibe
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, just try and make it like, you watching, it's not Sunken State, it's like some huge massive band that we will never forget, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. No. Well,
Yeah.
I'm holding a high expectation now,
Well, okay,
but I'm
no,
sure
we're
you
actually
guys are going to live up
terrible.
to it. No problem.
We
Uh,
terrible.
nah,
You shouldn't watch us.
nonsense.
You know,
I mean, look,
it's like
we
G, E, A minor.
I mean, we already know a bit about you guys, obviously, because I mean, you've made your mark, obviously, up in your home city. We see the kinds of shows that you're getting booked for, and I mean, your band, from from my point of view, from where I'm sitting, has had quite a rapid climb up to
Mm.
prominence. So you're obviously doing a lot of the right stuff. And I mean, just chatting with you now about like what goes into it, it's like, yeah, no, that resonates with me a lot as
Mm.
a fan of live performance, and
Mm.
also um, trying to see what the potential of live performance is. How
Mm.
far can it go? So I'm pretty
Yeah.
chuffed to hear like some of these features.
Yeah, definitely. Like the fast kind of climb. Like I was actually pretty surprised by it, to be honest
Mhm.
with you, because when I first moved to Joburg, I left because I'm originally from Durban, and I
Oh,
left two
okay.
bands
And your drummer,
in
he's from
Durban.
here, hey? Old Peter's from
So
Cape Town.
Pete's kind of been everywhere. I
Yeah.
think originally he is actually from Durban as well,
Oh,
and
wow.
then he
Okay.
went to Cape Town, and then he came to Joburg.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, like because when I first moved here, like I really wanted to be in a band, and I literally found like every single Johannesburg metal band that only had one guitarist.
Oh,
And I messaged them and I was like, please, can I play guitar for
yeah.
you? And none of them really said like no, but nothing really like came out of it. And eventually I was like, ugh, I need to start my own music. And then the band just kind of just fell together. Like I ran into Oaks Up music stores, and we just kind of became what we are now. And then it just like picked up pretty quickly, even like I don't know, and I don't know why. I mean, we were just kind of doing our best.
Well,
And
that sounds cool. It sounds like it was almost like if you had been brought into one of those bands that you'd approached, you probably would have been more shaped by what they were doing and
yeah,
have missed this opportunity to, with with the guys you jam with now, to make your own thing. So
yeah, 100%.
all is as it should be, in the scheme of things.
Definitely. Like I love like Sunken State. I think it's the one of the band that like I'm really doing what I want to do from
Yeah.
a musical point of view.
Yeah.
Like and even like with this kind of new stuff that we're coming out with, like I haven't really like gone in a direction in a way. It's very much like what we think sounds good is what is in the recording, basically.
Okay.
So
So it's
yeah.
still very much an evolving sound, whatever it is that you guys are going to in 10 years' time be.
Yeah,
You're going
like
to look
the
at this
thing
as just
is,
one little step in the journey.
100%. Like like we were always trying to like find a sound, and I mean we definitely got to a point. Like I definitely think we have a sound, but I personally think it's super important to always be changing and always be evolving, because I mean that's at the end of the day what people find super interesting.
Unless you're
And
Iron Maiden or something.
yeah, I mean I know, but
But for all the rest of us mere mortals, yes.
yeah, like the thing is like I always like bear in mind that we do have a couple of fans that really enjoy what we're doing, and
Yeah.
and I don't ever want to like take that away from them in new material that we releasing. So I do keep in mind that I want to have our flair in it, but I also want to push in new directions, because I mean that's how we kind of got to where we are now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So like by not sort of cornering yourself into like a box.
100%. Like when I want to do clean vocals, they're there. When I want like some random instrument or something, it's there.
Yeah. No, lovely, man. Lovely. Yeah, because I've noticed I've actually got your album playing in the background now. I don't think you can hear it where you are, but it should be for everyone who's listening.
Yes.
And even
I've
just as
heard
we're
it
chatting, like I'm hearing the vocal harmonies and stuff like that. So it's like, it just brings a more what I like to call like a greater dynamic range to the available sounds that often the typical metal band doesn't have. So kudos to
Well,
you
I
guys
mean,
on
like a
bringing
big
those
like
elements.
from like harmonies and vocals and stuff. A big influence of mine was I found was it was Katy Perry stems.
Say again?
So Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Like so I found
She's like that
like
cheerful.
yeah.
Like everything
So
she writes is always
am a
like a.
fan of like pop
She's
and
always like a
stuff as
party.
well.
It's always a party song.
But I found like her Pro Tools session of one of
Yeah.
her songs, and I was like, let me go like check out what that stuff. And like there was like probably like 80 or something harmonies on the vocal,
Yo.
and none of them were like that loud. Like obviously the lead vocal is what's mostly there, but I love the like the building blocks and the foundation behind that kind of stuff. And ever since then I really wanted to like have that in the kind of metal that we making. And like in this new track that we have coming out, Pure Hate, like the
That's coming out
chorus
in a
of
few
it,
days, isn't it? Give us the date.
so it's releasing on the 26th of this month, so 26th
Yeah.
of August.
Yeah.
Just basically a week before we in Cape Town.
Nice.
And like super excited about it. I think it's definitely the best stuff that we've done so far, and we're all super proud of it.
And you say vocally we're going to be in for a treat. with that track?
Yeah, so hopefully, like the chorus, for example, I think has 40 layers of harmonies.
4-0.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
So it's like, obviously, they're not all like in your face and whatnot,
Yeah. But it's
but
about like what like a texturing, bringing a
100%.
texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's something which a lot of people don't actually give enough thought to. I mean, I've reached a point in my life where I actually really enjoy listening to vocals, and I've become a vocal snob. Make no mistake. Like,
I'm the same.
but I have been for
I feel
years
like
already.
we've probably related in some way. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. But the thing that I've realized is that even with me being a vocal snob, like, like I critique vocals quite heavily,
Mm.
but 40, I'd never, like, my imagination would have said, yeah, maybe like a dozen tops. So I'm impressed.
So
I'm
this is
impressed.
kind of like the process of it. So, like everything is kind of layered. So, for example, I'll have like the lead, whatever, the lead melody or whatever, and then I'll come up like with a harmony, and then
Yeah.
I'll do a left of the harmony and a right of the
Yeah,
harmony,
yeah.
and then that harmony will have another left and a right that's an octave lower,
Ooh, okay.
and then I'll get a
And
new
your range is
harmony.
comfortable doing those
Yes.
steps.
So
Excellent.
yeah, so I mean it's tough. A lot of it was like flipping hours in my studio, like for hours trying to nail this stuff, and
Uh-huh.
it like I feel like my vocals aren't as trained as they should be. So like I have days when I can like do it where I'm happy and days where I can't. So it took a long time to kind of get it. Ooh, sorry about that. Okay. So it took a long time where you know where I have the days where I actually feel comfortable doing
Yeah.
it. But I mean, after all the time it got there, and just like adding all those layers and everything, I really feel like it's got like almost like an orchestral vibe
Ooh,
behind it.
yeah. Oh, I can't wait to
So
hear the track then. I mean, this is going to be something. But now tell me, what kind of pressure does this put on you guys live? Do you feel like it puts pressure on, or like not
so
really?
so it's been brutal. It's been brutal because we kind of even like from instrument point of view, we've really challenged ourselves and like playing from a technical point of view, it's definitely gone up quite a lot, and playing that stuff, just even like sitting in like on a couch playing it has been such a journey to get it to where it is now, because like when we wrote that stuff, we couldn't actually play any of it. Like we know what
Yeah.
we want it to be. We
Yeah.
know what the notes are. We know what the grooves are. We just need to be able to play it now.
Yeah.
So and a lot of the parts have vocals over.
Yeah.
So, and it's like tapping and all this crazy stuff, but we have grafted insanely hard, to be able to just get it to a point where it's as tight, or to a tightness that we're happy with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully it's ready. Like the last band practice, which was on Wednesday, I think we played the song and we were like, okay, if we play it like that live, we'll be happy.
We're
But
happy.
live and band practice are two hugely different
Oh,
things.
yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we turn the lights off in the band room so we can't see.
Yeah. We
And we're
also
like,
do that.
if we can do it here, we can do it live.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you just have to make yourself as uncomfortable as possible in band
Exactly.
practice, and you'll be fine live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually started doing this thing at band practice where if we came in one day and the sound was really shit, then like, it's always like, oh, well, let's see if we can get it better. But then we started doing this thing where we're like, no, just make it work. Like play with the sound as difficult as it is now, because
Yeah.
that just coaches us to be able to adapt to almost any live situation.
Yeah.
And I mean, that attitude has
100%.
served us well. And
It's
also,
the
yeah, like playing in the
it's the
dark.
best thing. I think it's honestly the best thing you can do. You kind of need
Yeah.
to like season yourself into to being able to play in uncomfortable positions, because
Absolutely.
even at like, in my opinion, even at like the more kind of like the venues that cater more towards comfort and stuff for the musicians, like when it's a full day, because you always obviously playing at night, when it's like a full day of, you know, like packing the van, getting there, standing at the merch table, unpacking all of this stuff, and then you have to get on stage and the hot lights and everything. Like it's difficult. Like a lot of the time, it's a super different experience to playing in band practice or playing at home. So you have to prepare yourself for uncomfortable positions, and also just be better than what you need to be. Like I think it's important for like the riffs and stuff that you play, you should always kind of be above them, because when you're playing live, you're not going to be above them anymore. They're going to be your limit, you know. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, it sounds like your guys' whole approach is like, how do I describe what I'm thinking? I mean, I've been around in the scene for a long time. I'm becoming an old man now. And I've often seen how a lot of bands in the scene, they look at each other with this mindset of like, who is setting the bar and what do we need to aspire towards? You know, because like none of the bands really want to fall behind, or you know, someone starts doing something cool and they're like, oh, you know, like we don't quite measure up to that, or I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the point I'm trying to get to is it sounds to me like you guys set your own bar to keep climbing up towards. You know, like, that kind of paints what I was trying to say. It's like sometimes I see bands who don't really progress until someone else comes up and sort of like shoves past them, and then suddenly they start thinking, oh, we better like, you know, shape up. Whereas it sounds like you guys are on a constant journey of shaping up to your own like vision.
I think a huge kind of part of that is bands can, like, the competition between bands and can be quite hectic. Like I always say, it's never a competition. You know, like and it's not like this with all bands, obviously, but it's never a competition, and we should be, you know, supporting each other and pushing each other, and I feel like once that competition vibe disappears, you in it just with yourself, you know. And then you do set your own boundaries, and you do get to those points. But like, I think also as musicians, we are like we really love to push ourselves, and I never like to be comfortable where I am on playing guitar. Like I constantly want to be better, and I constantly want to challenge myself, and like whenever I write something new, I never really like to be able to play it. Like I'm like, I want to write something that I have to work towards. You know, and I think that kind of also brings that bar up for us, where we constantly want to be better and we constantly want to improve, and also going in new directions. You know, like sometimes when you try something completely new or go in a completely different direction, it's completely unexplored territory, and that brings in a new level of like trying to achieve something and get to a place. So
no, that sounds wicked, man. So you setting your own challenges. I love that. But I think that's then obviously why you guys have made the impression that you have made. It's because of your sort of, what do we call it, like your ethos, your work ethic, like you're self-driven. You know, like a lot of bands are driven more by external factors or the lack thereof, whereas you guys are determining from within. So I guess I wanted to mention it a while ago, but you've already answered all the questions surrounding what I was going to bring up. But I was going to say, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. But I was going to say, like you guys did pretty well during the South African Metal Music Awards chapters. You know, like I forget year on year, but I think you guys did well in the best newcomer band. Is that true?
Yes.
And I think with your debut EP, you did really well as well. So like, just in general, it seems like everything that you're saying here, it's not like nonsense. You know, like the proof is in the pudding. And now Cape Town's going to get a taste of that.
I hope so. I hope Cape Town, and I'm super excited to come to Cape Town and just see the scene there and the venues there and the bands there, and like just to play, because I mean we did the Winterfest, the online one. And I'm so excited to come to like the actual,
Yeah.
like a event. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for it, and yeah, we all just super stoked to
Yeah.
just come and see Cape Town, and just take a post on the story and be like, we woke up early, we on
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know but
Yeah.
yeah, so
No, excellent, man. Yeah, so Cape Town awaits. Um, and I think you guys are up at, if I'm not mistaken, you will be playing at 10 o'clock in Cape Town. Let me just see what
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
9:30 or 10.
Or,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock. Because we
yeah,
tried to have where what's happening in Joburg is staggered by half an hour to what's happening in Cape Town.
oh, okay,
Because, yeah,
yeah,
you mentioning the live stream thing earlier on. Yeah, I mean, we like did that and it was strange and it was kind of fun considering where we were all at during the depth of lockdown. Um, but, but but yeah, what we found during that episode of our history as Metal for Africa was that yeah, we had a much larger support base outside of Cape Town than we ever
yeah,
imagined, which
yeah,
extends overseas too.
100%. Yeah,
So
I saw it. Like how many people like in those comments and stuff were like, "Hello from Germany" and "Hello
yeah.
from all these places." It was amazing.
Yeah. So we're taking a step now with the Cape Town show. We're unfortunately not going to be doing it in Joburg as well, but we're going to be live streaming the Cape Town concert.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, like mostly it's going to be like yeah, like South Africans who live abroad, who will
Yeah,
be dialing in. Like that's
yeah,
what we noticed. We actually had a very strong following of when we
yes,
did the pre-recorded online stuff.
yes.
So yeah, like I think with this comeback festival for yeah, it's not just about getting a foothold in Joburg, but it's also about trying to do like a bit more of a how do we say like a bit of a global vibe.
Yeah,
And I'm kind of
hundred
chuffed that
percent.
you guys are going to be part of that aspect of it.
I'm super chuffed. We super chuffed. We're going to be part of it. I think live streaming is it's such a sick and amazing thing to do because also
If
like
it's done well.
yes, but
We
we
have yet to
played.
see that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
yeah.
So like we did a show at Urban Sessions during lockdown and stuff.
I remember, yeah.
And they had this whole like it was their setup is absolutely like they have these like huge video cameras on like these
Yeah,
big sticks
yeah.
and they like traveled like around the room and it was such a cool like the one thing I missed when we did that was the fact that there was no live audience like in
Yeah,
front of
yeah,
us
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
so having the live audience and the live
Mm.
stream is going to be like the best thing because like I'll
Gonna
never
bring those
forget
worlds
it.
together.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's what I think is going to be so amazing about it because like I'll never forget at Urban Sessions like we would like finish the song and it was like dead like it was like quiet
Yeah.
and your body's telling you like no one enjoyed that
Yeah, yeah,
say
yeah.
quiet but yeah so
So what didn't the crew like yeah.
well, I think the crew like clapped and they that they seem to be enjoying
Yeah.
themselves, but like I don't know what's worse, like complete silence or like two hands clapping.
Yeah. You.
So, but it was super fun
Yeah.
and I mean the experience was amazing. But I
Yeah.
think having the two worlds combined would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
optimal.
Well,
So
that's our longer term goal now.
yeah,
So this show coming up is kind of like our first step towards that. But our main focus at the moment is to make sure that at least our audio side of it is top notch, and we
yeah,
think we've done all the prep well enough for that. And
yes,
then with time, because it's expensive to like do that,
yeah,
and we're not monetizing it. We're doing it more as like a how do we say like a service to our community,
yes,
people who can't be at the festival. But in future, if we can learn to do it well, then who knows what doors it might open up. um,
100%, yeah.
but yeah, our main thing now is make sure that the audio is good, and then the picture quality we will, as the years roll by, we will make sure that we increase the number of cameras we have, the
Yeah,
quality of cameras, and all that kind of jazz. So yeah,
yeah.
we quite excited for that as well. It's going to be something new for
I'm
us.
s- I'm super excited. Like I love that extra, like addition to the show.
Yeah.
And I think people are really going to enjoy it. I mean, even if like the picture quality isn't the best, you still get the experience. And sometimes I find that like when I watch like videos from my phone, like because often like Russell, he's a guy, he's amazing by the way.
Russell,
He like
not
helps
Crowe.
us. Yes, he helps us. Like he does like a lot of our videos, and like we just worked on a new music video with him and stuff, and he'll come with his camera to our shows and get some cool footage and stuff. And obviously that footage he gets is like super clean, and it's like super clear and all of that stuff. And sometimes I think that raw cell phone footage is the one that gives the most like punch.
Yeah, it's
like
got
when
that,
it's like,
what do you call it? It's got that grit.
yeah, it's got that grit,
Yeah.
that, and I like it. So I feel like even if the footage is a bit off, which I'm sure it's not really going to be, but I think it might even add something.
So maybe we'll like get a filter, like a pixelation filter,
Yeah,
to satisfy
like
you guys.
Or you find one of those like super old, like those like weird tape camera things.
Where
and just
the
stream with
light
that.
keeps like fluctuating.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And we
I
all
like
have
that
to
effect.
keep still for like 45 seconds to get the image.
That'll be the weirdest live performance ever.
Yeah.
Oh, we
It's
were
not,
going
we'll
to try
just
if
put
you were to
everything
try.
backing tracks and just hold still for the live stream.
Yeah. Oi. No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Listen, if you don't mind, I just want to quickly share a few words on behalf of our sponsors. I'll be right back
100%.
with you in just a sec. Thank
Cool.
you. All right, guys, the obligatory sponsor shout out. We just have to thank Paul Boston Music down here in Cape Town for supporting us for 15 whole long years. They're going to be providing for our concert here in Cape Town with Laney Amplification, Mapex Drums, and for our live stream, we've got Rode microphones and Roland equipment. Thank you, Paul Bostoners. We love you guys. All right, mister. I just want to check if there's anything pertinent that we've left out that we just had to speak about tonight, which I haven't touched on. What would you say that is?
I think you've done an amazing job.
Don't try to get out of this easy. Come now. Give us some juice.
that dream of an interview was in this interview. So thank you.
Right.
But like, yeah, I just hope everyone is as keen as possible for our new material coming out. We have put I know we have spoken about it, but we have put so much work, and I hope everyone will love it. And it's available on the 26th of August. Sometimes I say the 28th, but if you see me say that, it's actually the 26th.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can go and pre-save and do all the things. And we're actually running like competitions and stuff where you can win like Pure Hate merch and stuff if you pre-save it. So
where's the best place for people to connect with you guys? Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram?
So
tell us.
Yeah, all of the above. We have a Twitter account that I think I last posted in 2019. So everywhere but there. But yeah, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, Spotify, all the streaming. Spotify's kind of like you can follow us on Spotify. I don't think you can do the same on Apple Music.
Yeah, true. We're actually listening to you on Spotify right now.
Spotify is amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to say while I'm here, everyone must go put the auto limiter thing off.
What is that? Come tell us. Teach
so
us.
in the settings,
yeah,
there's, if you go to settings, I can't remember exactly, audio playback. There's like options there that normalize music between all of them, and it ruins our masters. So everyone turn it off, and we all good.
Cool. I'm going to go and check that out. Thanks for the advice.
No problem.
Awesome, man. All right, Matt, it's been a real pleasure chatting with you. It's Friday night. I reckon go home. I know you're still at your place of work. Hey?
I am.
What do you actually do? May I ask?
So I teach guitar.
Okay.
So
the plot thickens.
The plot thickens. I work at a super amazing music school called Music with Mario and Friends. I'm one of the friends.
Oh, great.
And yeah, so I teach guitar. That's what I do during the day. And I try to get as many metal guitarists out into South Africa as possible. They come to me.
Get them young,
hey? To learn like Ed Sheeran and stuff. And I'm like, no, I need to teach you this stuff just to get you your skill level to that level. And then by the time they're there, they're full on metal guitars. So I try to start bands, and I'm going to build the scene.
There we go. That's the spirit. So what do we say? Shout out to Mario and Friends Music School, eh? Did I get that right?
Music and Mario.
Music at Mario and Friends.
Definitely. We even have an Xbox. So
excellent. Okay, cool, man. Thank you so much for your time, dude. Have an awesome weekend.
No problem. Thank you so much for the amazing interview, and I'll see you in person soon.
Yeah. All right, cheers.
Okay, cool, cheers.
All right, guys, that was Mathew Swanepoel from Sunken State. They're coming to join us in Cape Town on the 3rd of September for Metal4Africa 2022. My friends, the show in Cape Town is starting at 5 o'clock, the band start, but doors are open from 4. Tickets you can buy online right now if you like. They are 180 Rand. You can go to metal4africa.com, buy them there. Or we do accept at both concerts walk-in sales, so that's 200 Rand at the gate in Cape Town and Joburg on the day if you like. Otherwise, we'll see you there, guys. Looking forward to it. It's getting close now. We're going to take the weekend off, but from Monday, we're chatting with bands again every night, pretty much up until the festival dates. Thanks, guys.